Order, order, and welcome to this morning's session of the Science, Innovation and Technology Committee. And we have first up, we have our Innovation Showcase. The committee is seeking to understand how the UK supports innovators and what more can be done. And so to inform our work, every week a different member of the committee brings an innovator to share their story. And this week it is Lauren's innovator. Lauren.
Thank you very much, Jean. It's my great pleasure to introduce Jenny. We did our PhDs together in Dundee. I think Jenny has single-handedly made grams and grams of protein, which she crystallized beautifully and was always my go-to person for, oh no, I've got a problem, how do I solve this? So absolutely amazing. Her career's gone on, she's worked in Europe, in Germany, and now she is looking at how kind of protein DB and AlphaFold, and given the real interest in kind of AI and AlphaFold and all these sorts of things to solve our life sciences problems, I thought it would be brilliant to hear what Jenny has to say.
Fantastic. Great.
So thank you.
Hey, good morning. Thank you for having me. I'm Dr. Jennifer Fleming, and I'm here today to share how the European Molecular Biology Laboratory, EMBL, and the European Bioinformatics Institute, the EMBL-EBI, and the Protein Data Bank in Europe, PDBE, are driving innovation in biomedical research. So I'll start with talking about Demis and the Nobel Prize in Chemistry from last year, which was AlphaFold. And AlphaFold is an artificial intelligence system that was developed by DeepMind, which is a research from Google. Here, Demis, he spoke about shortly after his win how the EBI helped in this Nobel Prize. What AlphaFold did was it revolutionized how we obtain protein structures by allowing researchers to predict highly accurate 3D structures of protein. This is a little model of a protein here.
You able to pass it to?
I don't think there's anyone to pass it to. Proteins are macromolecules, and they're essential building blocks of life. And understanding their 3D structure, like you see there, is essential for uncovering how they function, how they're involved in diseases, and how we can design drugs to treat those diseases. Before AlphaFold, obtaining protein structures was one of my jobs, and it was an incredibly difficult, expensive, and time-consuming task. Now with AlphaFold, we can predict these structures of proteins even when there's no experimental evidence available. And this really revolutionized and answered the grand challenge of protein structure prediction. So, however, this breakthrough was only made possible due to well-curated databases which were used to train the AI model. And I'd like to highlight where this database comes from and how we can support further discoveries like AlphaFold. But to do this, I need to take a step back and introduce the EMBL. The European Molecular Biology Laboratory is Europe's only intergovernmental laboratory for life sciences research, supported by 29 member states, of which the UK is one. With sites across Europe, each one focused on a different aspect of research, and the mission is to advance biomedical research by providing the tools, data, and resources that help scientists tackle important biological questions. One of the key areas of this is bioinformatics. And this is where the European Bioinformatics Institute, which is hosted here in the UK, just up the road in Hingston, plays a central role. We're dedicated at the EBI to providing open access data, tools and services that empower life sciences across various fields. Our goal is to ensure that the data and knowledge we provide are not only support the scientific discoveries, but also enable the real-world applications. So let's take a look at how this data process is managed through the data cycle. So we have scientists around the world that generate data and make their discoveries. They then publish their findings and deposit this data into places like at the EBI, just like how books are made available through libraries. And then at the EBI, experts archive and make the data available to all scientists free of charge. We not only do that, but the experts add value to the data, as a single data point in itself isn't very meaningful. It's only when data are collated, analysed, and put into context that the true meaning and understanding and insights can emerge. This is why at the EMBL-EBI we focus not just on gathering the raw data, but enhancing it and making it available and accessible in ways that actually drive impactful scientific discoveries. We manage a vast array of biological data resources at the EBI. However, today I want to focus on one of the 40 plus data resources, the Protein Data Bank in Europe, as I'm the coordinator there, and its role in driving innovations such as the Nobel Prize winning AlphaFold. So the PDBE, the Protein Data Bank in Europe, which is within this EBI, plays a vital role within the worldwide Protein Data Bank. This is a global collaboration dedicated to collecting, validating, and distributing the 3D macromolecular structures that I was talking about. Specifically, the PDB manages the deposition and structural data from Europe. It creates it and makes experimentally solved structures accessible to the researchers. We then add value to this data by providing user-friendly interfaces that allow them to explore these structures and enable them to better understand and answer their biological questions. In recent years, the field of structural biology has undergone a remarkable transformation. We've moved from managing a limited number of experimentally determined structures to handling an ever-expanding collection of structural data. This growth has been driven not only by advances in experimental methods such as cryo-electron microscopy, but also in the breakthroughs of predictive techniques like the aforementioned AlphaFold. This has significantly increased the amount of data that we have. The sheer scale of this data now both presents challenges and opportunities. The challenges lies in making sense of such vast amount of information and ensuring its accessibility to researchers across various fields. And the opportunity is in harnessing this data, we can accelerate scientific discoveries and innovation by providing open access to accurate, high-quality protein structures in the context of other biological data. An example was AlphaFold. It was revolutionary, but it required specialist knowledge and access to high-performance computing, which initially limited its impact. To ensure the benefits of this breakthrough were accessible from the very beginning, Google DeepMind collaborated with the PDBE and developed the AlphaFold database to bring the fruits of this revolution to a broader audience. It now provides over 200 million pre-computed structures for free, as well as the tools and training to investigate and understand these structures. This accelerates research and innovation in drug discovery, biotech, and disease understanding, whilst also reducing the environmental impact of high-energy computational resources. Through our collaboration on AlphaFold database, PDBE continues to lead the way in making the protein data open, accessible, and impactful. AlphaFold was only made possible due to the well-curated PDB database, which was used to train the AI model, and now it returns back to the community. And this curation was only possible due to the long-term and sustained funding of the PDBE that allows it to collect, archive, and enrich the data. So this leads me to, how do we keep the UK at the forefront of the AI revolution in the life sciences and get to the next breakthrough? An important part of this is sustaining long-term innovation. Long-term stable funding, particularly from the UK government, is essential for maintaining open access biological data. It is governmental support that enables ambitious long-term projects and fundamental research that do not have immediate commercial returns. However, it also allows the leveraging of additional funding sources, which amplifies the impact of the initial investment. As data volumes grow beyond 100 petabytes, scalable computable infrastructure becomes critical. Investing in global scale infrastructure is far more efficient than supporting numerous smaller, disconnected efforts. Then, open science accelerates the innovation by ensuring high quality, structured data is widely accessible from both academia and industry. Siloed, fragmented databases slow progress, while a coordinated approach ensures data remains reusable and scalable. And this final one is, as we reflect on AlphaFold and the AI-driven revolution, there is an explosive demand for computational skills. To fully harness this transformation, we need investment not only in data and infrastructure, but also people, ensuring the next generation of scientists and engineers are equipped to lead the way. And I just want to thank the PDB team and thank you for your attention.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you so much. That was fascinating, and it's good to see the relationship between British investment and Google DeepMind and unfolding the secrets of proteins. Order.